The stability of South Sudan is becoming a concern. Just days after President Salva Kiir and opposition leader Riek Machar signed a peace agreement, fresh violence has been reported. The country's main rebel force is accusing government troops of attacking their defensive positions at Mundu and Mangalatore. The rebels say at least 12 soldiers have been killed. The United Nations is also accusing a government soldier of shooting one of its peacekeepers. Government officials were not immediately available to comment. For more on this, we're joined here in studio by Ambassador John Andruga Duku. He is the South Sudanese ambassador to China. Ambassador, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much to be here.
Who, in your opinion, is violating this peace agreement and why?
Well, first of all, I want to say that thank you very much for this opportunity. The peace agreement was signed, and now people are yearning for peace. And therefore, the best way to prevent violation is immediately to implement the permanent ceasefire, because the permanent ceasefire is the cornerstone for this agreement. Without permanent ceasefire, whatever we are going to do will be violated, because at the moment, the soldiers are not put in cantonment. Each of them remain in the theater of the war. As a result, it is difficult to pinpoint who is behind this. So my appeal to the international community, and especially the region, is that we move with the speed to canton the forces, so that they will be in the cantonment and they will monitor and to be able to know who is moving out of the cantonment area to go and violate this ceasefire and continue to fight. That's very important. You're
talking about a permanent ceasefire. Already there are concerns if it's going to hold or not. Are there mechanisms to make it hold?
There was a clear timetable drawn as part of the agreement. We are saying that this is not the first agreement signed in South Sudan. The previous agreement fall into difficulties because the speed in which our neighboring country, the partner international community, moved to support the implementation of the ceasefire, it will take too long and allow those who are disgruntled, not supporting the agreement, to take the advantage and undermine the agreement and try to dismantle the agreement. We are saying that this time, enough is enough. The people of South Sudan need peace, the region needs peace, international community peace. So we collectively, as partner, move to see that this permanent ceasefire is implemented. The forces put in cantonment. I just arrived from Beijing on my way to Juba. In China, we are very clear. We have President Salva Kiir, in his bilateral meeting with President CGTN, it was very clear that we need the support of China to support the cantonment, because cantonment is a very expensive undertaking, especially when you hear messages coming from our Western partners who are reluctant to support this process. Now the question which you need to ask is that, are these partners really partners of South Sudan for peace, or they are partners who want to prolong the war?
Let's talk about the support that you've received from China. They've sent the peacekeeping troops there in South Sudan.
Yes.
How much impact have they had, and what more can China do?
China is a strategic partner of the Republic of South Sudan, and from this year, South Sudan has upgraded relations with China to the highest level. This upgraded relationship, it advanced the mutual interests of the two countries on the basis of the President Xi's vision of shared value, win-win approach within the context of the Belt and Road. So for us as South Sudan, we have presented to the China that we are a partner who are willing to work with them. We are not going to China looking for aid or grant. We are going there as partner so that we have something from South Sudan which we can share with China, and China also will share the technology to unlock the opportunity in South Sudan, which will be peace dividend for people of South Sudan. Because people of South Sudan have suffered for many years. It is high time now they get the benefit of the wealth of this country, which is not tapped. So our priority is road and power plant. This is the two projects we have presented. And we are not going to ask China to give us concession loan. We are going to pay from our own crude oil. We are one of the countries who say that we will put our crude oil to Chinese.
Right.
At disposal and security to advance the company to come and start this work. And in 2015, on FOCAD meeting, we as South Sudan got zero because of the war situation. But now, 2018, we are in the peace. So we are asking the whole world and the China to support South Sudan to realize the peace dividend.
Looking at South Sudan's neighbors, they've been involved in mediating to get a permanent solution.
Yes.
They haven't yet succeeded so far. Why do you think they haven't?
Well, this is the time now to succeed. Like I said in the beginning, when we signed the agreement, the time frame for implementation lapsed behind. And individuals who are up to now, there are certain South Sudanese groups, even now they didn't accept this agreement. Those elements are going to continue to undermine it. even the fighting you're reporting, it is not, I cannot be surprised that there are elements who are not for peace try to undermine the agreement. So we're saying that the region has played key roles, especially Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Sudan. They play key role because this is our neighbor. The flow over of this conflict affect them directly. The economic situation in South Sudan affect them directly. When there was stability in 2011, there's a booming economy in South Sudan at that time. Kenya benefit, Uganda benefit, Ethiopia benefit, South Sudan and also Sudan. But now the current crisis has impact also negatively on the economy of these 4 regions. So it is in the interest of the region that the stability return to South Sudan. And we feel that this can be done with support of our strategic partner, the Chinese. And we are very comfortable that with the President Xi stand in the current, the most ended FOGAN meeting, we are very optimistic that the peace is coming to South Sudan, and we urge international community, especially our partner from the Western government, to reconsider their position, which is very negative up to now. I want to say that humanitarian assistance will not bring peace in South Sudan. Humanitarian assistance will not bring stability in South Sudan. Humanitarian assistance is a short-term gap to stabilize the situation. But we need South Sudan to move to stabilization, recovery, and implement the peace, and therefore we are urging our Western partners to reconsider their position. But that, we don't wait for them. We're going to push ahead with the region in China to see the agreement and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us
Yes.
in studio with us. Ambassador John Andruga Duku, he is the South Sudanese ambassador to China.